up, water signs, Scorpio, Cancer, and Pisces? Welcome to my channel, Tarot by the Intuitive Teacup. We're going to do 3 individual readings, one for each of you. Timestamps are down below. If you are new to my channel, if you've never been here before, welcome. Happy to have you. I do ask that you check out the timestamp that introduces my channel and how I read tarot, sort of the rules to abide by here. If you are new, if you are family, welcome back. Good to see you guys again. So let's hop in. We're going to start with, let's go backwards. We'll start with Pisces. So Pisces is going to be your love reading, weekly love readings, right guys? Take only what resonates, leave the rest. Pisces. All right, so Pisces, you have an offer coming in of someone who wants to work with you. Yeah, okay, they want to blend cups with you. So because this instantly was relayed to me as Eight of Pentacles can very much have to do with the work that you're putting all your energy into. It's frequently like the artisan, the apprentice, right? So metaphors. This could easily be a job offer. I am reading for love, but just so you know, if you're waiting on someone to, reach out to you about an interview or a call or any type of offer regarding your work, it seems like you have the angels on your side there, right? And I mean, same goes for romantic love too. I just wanted to get that out of the way. If some of you are hoping to nab an interview or something to do with work, this could indicate a job offer, streams of income, lucrative income, something like that. It would be on a project. It could even be a grant, or a loan for money, something you've been putting a lot of time and money into. It seems like it's attracting people. And what's interesting is I instantly heard the smell. So I think that's a metaphor. I know that sounds really silly, but why wouldn't I tell you messages if I hear them, right? This, especially if you work in something, I know this sounds crazy, but scented, like perfumes or colognes or baked goods, again, it could be a metaphor as well, but it's something that's there's an attraction based on smell. Okay, so universe is saying to me, make it about love. Okay, so I gave you the message about career. Let's move into love. So what is it? I always want to come up with this word on my channel. I can never think of it. It's something like pheromones, or somebody knows what I'm talking about. The idea that when you match with someone and there's an attraction, a lot of it actually has to do with your instinctual smell of that person. There's something about this person likes your smell, and don't make it weird. I don't mean, I mean they like your perfume, or they like your body lotion, or they like the smell of your scented candles in your house. But there's I'm hearing animal instinct. There's an attraction on a subconscious level that is happening because it has to do with your bodies. This seems cozy, Pisces. I don't know what to tell you. The other thing I would offer too, because just for me as a reader, this is very often a Pisces card, is my mutable water sign. That's you, Pisces, right? Cancer is the cardinal water sign. Scorpio is the fixed water sign. The Knights in tarot, for those who are interested, are always the mutable signs, right? So mutable water is you. This could simply be saying that you're making an offer to someone else, possibly a Sagittarius, possibly someone you work with, or again, if you work in any sort of I'm hearing medical field, but any sort of career or profession or hobby where you consider yourself a light worker or a healer, or I'm even going to say an angel, right? An undercover angel, that could be something coming in. This is very strong. This is very powerful. So tell me a little bit more about this. Did I already mention this is the card of Sagittarius, Temperance? So this is a major arcana. You have a court card, so I love it. There's 2 people showing up, and what's between them is, hey, this could work. This is something you would enjoy doing. I'm hearing the word ego and identity, and it's not the negative connotation of ego. It has to do with the sun. This is a sun. I believe it's sun in, it's sun in Virgo or Taurus. I believe it's Virgo. But anyway, there's equal amounts of work being put into this, and you identify with each other. The sun being your identity. It was not a negative connotation of ego when I heard it. So, hey, this looks good. Tell me a little bit more for Pisces. What do I want to clarify? I feel like I want to shoot with intention here, not just throw some random ones down. Tell me more about this person, the one who is receiving the offer. So feel free to swap the roles, Pisces. Possibly a Sagittarius or a Leo, a Virgo. It doesn't have to be. Who's receiving the offer over here? Tell me a little bit more about them. So they may have options, or they're not sure how invested they are at this point. Because they may have put their ducks in a row somewhere else. So they may be very focused on their career, in which case it's not saying they're not invested in this. I actually do like this because it's saying if they're going to accept, and this could be you, Pisces, it could be your person. if they're going to accept an offer, they don't just want to do it sloppy, they want to do it right. So they view romance at this period in their life, you know, from a more practical lens. It's like, all right, well, I have duties and responsibilities at work that are of the utmost importance. So it's not to say I won't entertain the idea of a relationship or whatever this is, ascending to the next level in this relationship, but I'm still sort of feeling it out and understanding where it fits in my life. Again, a very strong card of Virgo, as we were saying, Knights being the mutable signs. Virgo is the mutable earth sign, right? And just to be very clear, I'm just giving you guys this information for fun, right? It gives a little bit of knowledge to your readings here. It's not to say that every time this card comes up, it's Virgo, right? I'm just saying I sort of get hits about those things, so I'm sharing them with you, okay? I know some people are like, that's not right, and okay, that's fine. You don't have to take it if it's not your message, right? So then tell me about the one, you do have two Knights here, but the thing is, I don't love they're not looking at each other, so I like the message. I don't mean to diminish from it, but I think this may not start off hot and heavy. I think that's the message here. I think it's going to take off in a way that, again, it's practical. You guys will make time for each other where it's necessary, but this person isn't just going to up and leave their job in order to spend time with you. There's a huge factor of responsibility in how this person operates, which I kind of like that for you, Pisces. I hope you don't think that's boring, but I mean, this person kind of has their shit together. I like that. Unless, of course, they're entertaining offers from another earth sign. That could be the case too, but that's not the main message that came through. Okay, so yeah, this person will need to learn to set healthy boundaries in their work life. This person may be a bit of like a workaholic. And so I think by introducing you into the mix, it's going to make them desire more out of their romance or their love life. But in a very beautiful way, there's a lesson for them to be taught here about making time for the people who matter. Not always assuming, oh, well, they'll be there when I get home. It's like, no, if this person wants to make the relationship work, they need to establish healthier boundaries and like work-life balance, essentially, is what I'm getting. Now, whoever is making the offer here, whether that's you or your person, they may have gotten out of a very long-term relationship, or there's a new sense of liberation. There's been some sort of epiphany or recognition of whatever they were settling for in love, or essentially understanding that, oh, that's the best I'm going to get. I think there was some sort of like, oh no, like I think I want to either go deeper into this and mix up the ingredients and make it more healthy, make it more fun, make it more passionate, make it more interesting. Or again, it's saying, I'm going to abandon ship because this just doesn't feel right anymore and I think I want something new. More or less, that's kind of the main storyline I'm getting. One of you, I think it's whoever's making the offer, may have gotten out of a long-term relationship and they're looking for something better. This doesn't necessarily feel like a hit it and quit it energy. It's not the Knight of Wands per se. Though you do have Sagittarius coming through. But it is hopeless romantic. So there could be a slight element of being a little bit naive here, or like a hopeless romantic, like projecting what you want it to be versus understanding what it actually is. Here's the thing. This is not a death sentence. This is a very good reading, Pisces. I'm not trying to tell you otherwise. I'm just saying you need to operate with more earth energy. You need to look at it from a very practical standpoint versus letting your head get into kind of fantasy land. And again, not projecting what you think this person could be versus what they actually are. It's not to say that this won't turn into something very beautiful, because to me, these cards together, it's like this could really work. This could be very beneficial. This could be very beautiful, loving. We could bring these two cups together in unison and, you know, go back and forth. The blending of opposites, and that's really what was important to me too. There's something about this relationship where you guys are really nice counterparts to each other. You make up where the other lacks, but it's not to not accept accountability for the part of you that you want to work on. It has to do with your person kind of without even trying, kind of shining a light on areas where you want to improve yourself. So there's a really like nice yin and yang to this. I really like it. And maybe that's what this is too. In fact, if this doesn't have to do with your person being super busy at work, it could be that initially when you guys meet, there's an instant attraction, but this person gets too in their head because they're like, oh, but we're so different. Like, it could even be a difficult decision of, oh, well, they live in the city and I live over here, and how are we going to make this work? I think this person will find ways to make it work. Just be cognizant that you're always honoring, you know, yourself. listening to what your heart needs and wants, but also don't reject someone who could be very good for you just because it is different, especially if it breaks away from like your track history. Maybe you've always dated people who weren't emotionally available, or vice versa. Maybe that's been your person and all of a sudden they meet you and they're like, wait a minute, this is different. Just because it's different doesn't mean it's bad. In fact, I would argue the opposite. It being different may actually be very, very, very good for you, Pisces. And for your person for that matter. It's Aquarius season, right? Different, unique, rebellious, innovative, newness, right? That's very good. Give me one more card. The thing is, whether you're male or female, I actually get the impression that a lot of you may be making an offer to someone. Excuse me. But you've really had to talk yourself up to do it. So if that's the case, it seems like you've been grappling with approaching this person with your feelings for quite some time now. And I think this is badass. I think it says to me, there was a little bit of internal conflict of, oh, well, what if they do this or what if they say that? It's like you were trying to anticipate the outcome of it, but I think you're pushing through that. And ultimately the Five of Wands, which can just be confusion or chaos, or it can even be passion and flirting, right? Whatever the sort of unsettled energy is, it leads to the Six of Wands, which is like confidence, being self-assured. Essentially, it's like a card of victory and, again, attracting a lot of attention. I keep getting this thing about perfume or cologne. I don't know if some of you just bought like a new scent or something like that. Anyway, I think this is very good. Whoever is struggling to muster up the courage to go ask this person out or whatever, propose something bigger if this is your current person, that person does seem to move forward on it. I would say that's confirmed too with the Knight of Pentacles. So this could definitely be something between water and earth signs. What else can I tell you? That's kind of what I got for you, Pisces. I mean, this looks pretty damn good. So these are weekly readings. Let me know in the comments below if you resonate. Pisces, I have a favor to ask you. My channel is stagnant a little bit. It has not been growing. Every time I post videos, I actually lose subs. So, and the thing is, I actually feel like I'm getting better at reading too. So help me out. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, but you watch my videos, I would really appreciate you subbing and liking and leaving a comment. It truly does help the channel grow. It helps my analytics. So I humbly ask if you guys could do that for me. That would be fantastic. I would appreciate it. All right, we're going to move on to our middle zodiac sign, our fixed zodiac sign in water, Scorpio. We're going to do Scorpio. Little shuffle, little shuffle. All right, Scorpio, what's up? How you guys doing? You guys had a fantastic love reading, by the way. Check that out if you haven't already. We're going to do Little Sips Mini Love Tarot. Take only what resonates, leave the rest, okay? Scorpio, so reciprocity, union, okay. Possibly another Scorpio coming in. What's going on here? Okay, so actually, I think this, for a lot of my Scorpios, this is like you playing the field. You may actually, excuse me, be deciding who you want to give your love to or who you want to give your time, attention to, that sort of thing. It seems like you're being cautious, strategic. I don't mean any of that in a negative way. It's not calculating. It's not being, it doesn't have a negative connotation. I think you're just being, I'm hearing the word observational or observe. You're absorbing who and what is around you, and you're not in a rush to make any sort of offer. This just feels like kind of you're on the dating scene. You're going out, you're meeting people. You may be going on dates with multiple people, not obviously not concurrently, but you know what I mean, like going on a coffee date with that one, this one, whatever. Yeah, this seems like I keep hearing play in the field. So maybe you got that little streak of Sagittarius in you too. But yeah, you're not in a rush to make up your mind about anything. It could be because you're holding out for another Scorpio, but if that's the case, and don't shoot the messenger, if you're a Scorpio holding out for a Scorpio, something about that is stuck. It's very stagnant. You may be waiting on that for another few weeks or months or something like that. Tell me more though. So that seems to be like your trajectory, unless of course it's your person. You can always flip them. So give me person B, or the second person coming in. So we'll see who this is. It might not be who you think it's going to be, but we'll see. Ooh, yeah, I don't love this energy. Okay. Ooh, yeah, Scorp. This is a rough one. Okay. I shouldn't have said that because now you all are sad. I didn't mean it like that. It's not great. I like this person's energy because they seem like they're just living life a day at a time. They're living in the now. They're enjoying the moment. But it could be that this person has recently gotten out of a breakup. Yeah, if they have separated, okay, if they have separated from their lover, both of these cards definitely can indicate endings. Even the Six of Swords can sometimes indicate like the afterlife, like moving on from one cycle of life to another. You have a lot of cards indicating endings. It could have been because there was third-party activity. That would make a lot of sense to me. It doesn't have to be that, though. So whoever is the one kind of dating around, flat out, I don't think this person is looking to rush into anything because they just went through a significant ending and they're very, oh yeah, okay, there's a lot of contemplation about almost like an identity crisis. Like, well, I don't know who I am now and I don't know what I want and I don't know if I'm ready to let my guard down again. And for some of you, it's not a saddening energy. It's just like, I just got out of like a 8-year relationship, right? And this is my first time being single. So yeah, I'm not looking to rush into, commitment or engagement or marriage. Some of you are just like, I think I'm kind of figuring myself out again and figuring out who I am without the identity of having another partner. So I wouldn't say it's all sunshine and rainbows because I'll be honest, Scorp, all my tricky cards are here. Pretty much all of them anyway. A lot of sword energy. So no matter who or what this is, someone is really stuck in their head about the past. Oh, goodness. I mean, quite frankly, because this is like a weekly-ish reading, whatever is coming up in your reading now doesn't seem to be sorting itself off anytime soon because whoever is in the lower vibration, this one doesn't seem bad to me. This just seems like I'm free and I'm happy and I'm enjoying what's out there, but I'm not looking to rush into anything. This person seems to have a lot of like mental baggage, and I don't mean that in a condescending or judgmental way. I just mean that this person is becoming so engulfed and consumed and lost in their thought, but they're not actually taking any practical steps to help them because as much as they try and move away from negative thoughts, they keep returning to them. As much as they want the situation to be temporary, it almost seems like this is a tricky message, so I hope I'm by no means trying to offend, but this is how it's being relayed to me. This person prefers to live in this tormented state, subconsciously, because the living in terms of the memory of what used to be, it allows them to pretend that that person is still in their life. Does that make sense? So it's almost like this person, I'm not saying enjoys, but this person doesn't realize that by constantly returning to the shoulda, coulda, wouldas and yesteryear and romanticizing the past, they're actually keeping themselves in this very unhealthy mental place of thinking that, well, my life is over. I lost my person and it could never be as good. That's what I mean. So whoever is showing up, whether this is you or someone that you're dealing with, they're not, I can tell you, they're not over their ex, or they're still recuperating from a very difficult breakup where I think there was like fidelity issues. That's sort of what I get here. So again, whoever is in a lower vibration, they're very much wishing that they could, it could be reconcile. It could be hoping for a reunion. More than likely, though, it's like bridging the gap of not feeling lost. It's almost like this message of this person who got broken up with, it felt like their other half is no longer with them, so they don't feel whole. They're living in the state of, but where's my other half? This person needs to step up and realize that they are whole on their own. They don't need that other person. And so I think they could have issues with codependency. I'm hearing clinging. There's a clinging to what is familiar because it's very different. It's very scary. It's very new for this person to have to stand on their own 2 feet again. So you know who this is, right? Whether this is you, right? If it isn't, then this is you, right? I didn't phrase that well. What I'm saying is whoever is in this lower vibrational energy, hopefully you know if this is you or not, is what I'm trying to say. If this is someone who's coming in that you're toying with dating, or maybe you've been on a few dates and you're kind of like, well, I'm not sure about them, your intuition might be telling you, gosh, it seems messy, right? Even if you don't consciously know that, if you're dating around and there's someone you're interested in, but you're like, well, what's the vibe there? This is the vibe there. Like, I think universe is trying to save you a lot of hassle by maybe don't put all your eggs in one basket. Maybe don't hold out for this person. I really wouldn't advise that because this person has a lot of internal healing to do. So it doesn't seem like they're in a good place to love you from a very pure, whole place. It's like, you can't pour from an empty cup. This person's got nothing to give. This person barely has anything to give themselves in terms of love versus someone else. So this may be, I don't know if it's rejection is divine protection or stagnation is divine protection, because I just get a feeling, Scorpio, you may have eyes for someone. And again, you intuitively know, like, all right, like I'm going to see what's up, but I'm not going to get overexcited about this. I think that is very good advice because there's a lot you don't know about this. And yeah, like I do feel badly for your person, but ultimately no one can save this person but themselves. So as I always say, you can be a compassionate friend. You can be a shoulder to cry on. You can be the person that they lean on when they need to talk. But the thing is, especially if you're dealing with another Scorpio, you would never be privy to all this information because the walls are up. This person has a lot of trauma and wounds that they don't want the world to know about. They keep it all in their head, but it's actually eating away at them. So flat out, I say this with the utmost love and compassion, it would serve this person very well to go see a therapist so that they can get out of their own head, so that they can have like a outsider perspective, a non-biased perspective on what transpired with a past lover, because it's eating them away inside. They seem very heavy-hearted. So anyway, Scorp, that's what I got there. I just feel bad because, I mean, it's for most of you, that seems like who you're dealing with. So not all is lost for you. If anything, if you're dating around and that's one candidate, I would say, okay, here's what we're going to read for. I would say you have another one around you because these cards are not exclusive. There's not like one or two people. This is like going, I mean, I don't know who's going to parties right now, but this is like meeting multiple people, kind of dipping your toes in different pools, sleeping in different beds. There's other people around you. So the same way that you are able to, like Phoenix from the ashes, right? My Scorpios, give that person some space and time for that to be their story. Then when they're the Phoenix again, maybe that's your time to come in. But right now, it's like they're going through a huge transitional phase. So they're not loving from a good place right now. Oh, there goes my butterfly. Actually, that felt symbolic. The cocoon to the butterfly. All right. So who else? Scorpio. Some of my Scorpios, you do have other options. You might not know it yet, but give me anything else about a different option. Let's move away from that other one. Though if that's your story, you guys know what I'm going to tell you. You need to do the internal work because that means you're loving from a place of lack, right? So tough love, right? I'm a firm believer in tough love. Other options for Scorpio? All right. See, you have a lot of the same cards. Somebody may have issues with their mother. Something about a void because of the mother, abandonment issues because of the mother. Could also be that person is literally dealing with the loss of their mother, right? I don't predict death, but you understand what I mean? But yeah, there's something about a parent-child dynamic, especially with females involved here. So I gotta be honest, not my most sexy romantic cards. Two cards of saying kind of move on, walk away, find clarity, go after something that really jazzes you up. These are weekly readings. So I could even see this as, don't worry about your love life. You know, by all means, enjoy yourself, but don't look to solidify anything this week. It might just be like hang out with your family because that's where you're going to actually find the avenues of the most joy and fulfillment. I know you guys are like, I thought this was a love reading. Okay, so possibly something with a Sagittarius, but they're still making their mind up about you. You may be between a Sagittarius and another fire sign. I really think it's saying patience, though. I think it's saying you guys need to be patient. You need to keep your emotions in check and in balance. Don't rush at the first offer that comes in. I think a lot of you are passing an offer by a fire sign. Okay, here's what this makes sense to me anyway. I hope it makes sense to you. This whole thing of moving on or walking away, this is not me telling you to do that to something that you're super excited about. I think this is saying you have another offer around you, but it's really not the one you want, especially with a Sagittarius. There may be someone making offers at you and universe is saying, you know, don't bother telling them because like they don't want it anyway. They're just going to move on. So I think there is an offer being made, especially from a fire sign, but this week I can't help but do this. It's like Scorpio, you're just like, oh, hey, yeah, no thanks. Like you're moving right past the fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sag. So Scorpio, that's what I got. I'm trying to keep these short and sweet. I would say if you are looking for love, if you're dating, keep putting yourself out there. Be safe, of course, right? There's other things coming into you, but this week it's like transitional. That's really what I'm getting. So I know that wasn't the most sexy one, but go check out your Valentine's Day reading. You guys had a really strong love reading for Valentine's Day. All right, right, Scorp, please remember to like, share, subscribe. I need your help every time I post videos, Scorpio. I lose subs. I can't quite get the algorithms right on YouTube. So if you can like this video, if you can subscribe, if you can tell your friends, I'd appreciate it, boo. You guys know I love my Scorpio gang. In fact, you guys have amazing views. So please tell your friends. Word of mouth is huge. All right, we're going to move on to my final water sign. Those Cancers. Cancers may be wrapping it up with a King of Pentacles. 10 of Wands, King of Pentacles. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, you done. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, Cancer. All right, we're actually going to read for you in all seriousness. Take only what resonates, release the rest, Cancer, in love. What's a storyline for Cancer? For Cancer, I just heard Aquarius. Aquarius for some of you. Or Libra, for that matter. All right, possibly a contract of some kind. You can always choose to read this through career stuff, too. You could have a business contract coming through. But it's probably a love contract. Now, it could be the starting of one. You have Libra and Gemini showing right here. So, zodiac signs, right? Doesn't have to be those. It could be the starting of a lover's contract, meaning engaging with some sort of love. Or it could be a marriage contract, right? Ascending in your love spiritual path together. Or it could be the ending of one, right? And I know I'm throwing a lot at you, but that's simply what all those combinations could be. So hopefully you know where you're at, right? If you're not married, then you're probably not getting the divorce, right? So let's see what else comes out. Tell me about this contract for Cancer. I think you guys are moving forward. There's clarity. Oh, yeah, you are. 10 of Cups. So I don't know. This could be a marriage contract, Cancer, or a long-term commitment could be coming into you, or it's just solidifying, especially if you're with a Libra. It seems like you guys are having a good week or, you know, a good month, however you choose to insert this into your life, if and where it fits. This seems like, yeah, especially with your Libra, it's like you're dancing on the stars. You got a lot of love for this person. Cancer, all right. Some of you may meet someone who has a Libra child already, so it could be that they were previously married or divorced. Okay, so I heard sexual tension. So you may not, if this is new-ish, you may not have slept with this person yet, but I think you will. I think you're eyeing it. I think you're considering it. Others of you, so there's two messages here. I don't mean to swing pessimistic. I'm just giving you the message. You may be seeking the attention of any sign, but especially a Libra or a fire sign, an Aries, Leo, Sag, especially a female Aries, Leo, Sag. But anyway, it could be that as much as you try and get their attention, you know that you're in competition for them, and it could be because they're already married. So don't be the instigator, right? Cancer, male or female. Don't be the Queen of Wands who's always trying to get, wiggle her way in to get the attention because she wants that. She needs that attention. She needs that, what is a good word for it? She needs to prove that she's sexually, has the upper hand is what I'm trying to say. So don't instigate in third party shit. For most of you, that's not the message though. Most of you, it's saying the Libra may be very distracted with family matters. So it may take a little bit of time to get his attention. So it's saying you just got he or she, sorry. You have to be creative with your solutions. Because there could potentially be a lot of passion there. Others of you, there's a lot of, this can be playful energy too. It can be fighting and arguing. So if you're already married, maybe. Most of you though, I just don't get that. I get you, the simmery temper though. I could see that too, especially with a Leo or an Aries. Anyway. For most of you, this card to me feels like playfulness. It's like, what? I don't know how to describe this. You know how it's like when you're in grade school, like the boys always pick on the girl that he has a crush on? That's sort of what I think. And I don't mean to make it a gender thing. I apologize for doing that. Any gender, it's that playful banter thing of like, oh, I like that one, so I'm going to give them a hard time. Or I'm going to tease them a little bit. The thing is, because you were Cancer and you can be very sensitive, I actually think there's someone who may have flirted with you, but it was in a way that was too aggressive for you and you may have gotten a little bit hurt. So I think if you have a very honest discussion, sorry, Cancer, I'm going to say it, you're going to feel silly because in time you're going to realize you completely overreacted and that this person was actually trying to be sweet and funny, but you guys speak different love languages. So that could be an issue as you are establishing yourselves, but this could be saying you actually have a lot to learn from each other. You may help to make this person a little bit more sensitive or a little bit more compassionate, and vice versa. You may learn from this person that maybe you got to toughen up a little bit. You can't take everything to heart and take everything as a criticism. criticism. I actually think there's a beautiful balance here. These are very strong cards. So if you're in the early stages of this, I'm going to say this could be your forever person if you wanted it to be, but you do have a few obstacles or hoops to jump through. But here's the thing, it is crucial for you to do that because you're going to learn something very valuable in the process. Cancer. Some of you are going to adopt a cat, or you just adopted a cat, or your person did. Something about the cat. That could be someone's name, I suppose. Some of you may be moving in together. Okay, a cat could be Leo too, like the lion, the cat, the jungle cat. I don't know. I do feel like there is kind of like an underlying message. Jeez, Cancer. All right, who's getting the wedding ring? Let me know in the comments below. Cancer, if your person just proposed to you or vice versa, I want to know. Because these are very strong cards for marriage. And my crabbies who've been following me, you guys know you don't get that message all the time. So good for you. It could be that if you've been waiting on a proposal, your person has been trying to work up the courage to ask you, or I'm almost getting they're very finicky. They're very fussy about choosing the perfect ring. Or even if it's not engagement ring, it could be engagement in terms of like, moving in together. It's something like there was an obstacle to work through, but ultimately this is strong. These are great cards. Taurus is also wanting to be seen here. So right now, Major Arcana, Taurus, Libra, and then again, I think this is you, especially if you have strong fire in your chart, Cancer, but you are sort of like yes, the Queen of Cups, the mystic, the psychic, etc. But there's also something very spiritual about this. So I think in the spread, whether you're male or female, Cancer, you're coming off kind of as the Queen of Wands here. I think your person is contemplating marriage and long-term commitment. Now, if you are married and there's trouble in paradise, you understand how these metaphors can go vice versa. Tell me more about this. Yeah, your person just may be very picky about choosing the perfect way to ask you out or the perfect way to propose to you, or they're going to do it though. Yeah, this to me is saying the same thing. Trust your intuition about this person. If their positive attributes far outweigh the little things that nag at you now and then, I don't picture this being a Cancerian trait because I think you guys tend to be very, I'm hearing tenacity, you're little crabby pincers, right? You like people and you hold on to them. You want to see the best in them. You want to make it work. I still think that could relate to marriage. You may be going through a difficult phase, but I think you will work through it because there's a lot of love here. You need to trust your gut about this person. Others of you, gosh, this is all over the place. Why is it Cancer's always so complicated? Others of you, if you're in a marriage and again, you're fighting a lot and your gut reaction says like, I feel like there's a side piece or a side person, you might be right. But again, that's only if you're married. Some of you have a Pisces who is like a swinger and they want to introduce new people into the marriage. And the thing is, I don't think you're necessarily for it, but because you love your person so much, it seems like you're considering it. Again, not at all a Cancerian message to me, but it came out for a reason. So, and I'm not shaming or judging. I'm just like, that's not typically what I would associate with Cancer, but I think you're going to move forward with it. It should, okay. So specifically on that message, no. All right, so I know this is not for everyone. I'm going to keep going with the other. Just let me finish this one out. The whole thing about marriage and introducing another one into the marriage, I think and I mean specifically third party, not baby. I'm not talking about that at all. Cancer, I'm being bombarded with messages. Okay, Spirit, help me out here. Like, let's focus in on the one. If you are with someone, whether you are married or not, for most of you, it feels like a marriage, and your person is pressuring you or introducing the idea of, hey, like, let's try something crazy. Let's, whatever, like third party, like swinger type vibes. In the short term, I think you're going to move forward with it because you're trying to see glass half full of like, oh, well, this could be fun. This is like a creative way to spice up our marriage. In the long term, it's not going to be good for you. In the long term, I think there's going to be a lot of resentment that could potentially lead to the ending of a relationship. So highly advise in the coming weeks, if your person's like, let's try something different, and you are very, uncertain about it but want to please your person and move forward with it, don't do that. Trust your intuition. You know what's best for you. By all means, have a healthy conversation about it, but it could be that this internal conflict you're feeling about it is your intuition being like, yeah, no, red alert, we don't do that. Okay, so listen to your gut. Trust your gut always. Others of you, oh, this is a cute message. I actually really like this one. Others of you, there could be wedding bells, engagement, or milestones, no matter where you are, whether this is new-ish, you may be ascending to, hey, we're exclusive now, or we're committed. Because you guys have done a lot of shadow work, very important. If you have been, especially in a period of stagnation in your dating life, and rather than being like, woe is me, life is hard, you've been like, all right, I'm going to fucking do it. Like, I'm going to change my life and I'm going to transform things for the better. It's like you beat the shadow side. You conquered the devil. You conquered the pessimism or the negativity or whatever it is. Circumstantial things that were really holding you back in your love life, especially your, for my Cancer risings, like your 7th house partnership may be clearing up. And now you're like, oh my God, life is amazing. Like, it seems like a lot of you have done some shadow work or just planetary things have cleared up where it no longer feels like your love life is like a death sentence. You may be like living large now in terms of dating, or I would argue moving in with your person, joint finances. So again, for my Cancer risings, a lot of planetary activity in possibly your 8th house, right? You may be moving in with your person. There could be an unexpected inheritance. There could be, especially if you have a Capricorn relative, there could be a Capricorn relative who you get an inheritance from. Capricorn, yeah, of course. It could be anybody, but especially Capricorn. There may, if you're, I don't know, you may have a wealth of money coming to you from a Capricorn. Others of you, it's adding one to the mix. It's adding to your family. You may be starting a family and having children. You have a lot of major arcana here now. So I would even say there could be marriage with a Capricorn. There could be marriage with a Leo or another Cancer. Again, Taurus and Libra are coming up here, but these cards are very much saying to be marriage, long-term commitment. And so others of you may choose to move towards a Leo after leaving behind a Capricorn, ending something with a Capricorn. If it doesn't represent a Capricorn, you're putting something to an end that has been an obstacle, a karmic lesson, very necessary, but not necessarily the happiest thing to go through. But it really made you stronger in the long run because it required a lot of your strength and determination. And it's like some of you, I don't mean to oversell this, but I mean, these cards are really good, Cancer. And I feel like I said this to you recently. You're going to move on from a situation that was humbling, that was difficult, but ultimately you raised your vibe to work through it. You pushed through the obstacles and there's light at the end of the tunnel and like you're kind of in it. And it feels like you won the lottery. It feels like you hit the jackpot in love, or even if it's not in love, something is coming into you, currently or in the near future that feels like a weight has been lifted off your shoulder. You are escaping like the treacherous rocky waves, right? And it's like it's smooth sailing up ahead. You may have a Cancer, especially for my same-sex couples, my ladies, you may have another Cancer who is very passionate about you. And it doesn't have to be, I would even offer no matter what gender you're interested in, there's a lot of messages here. Cancer, especially if you are female, even if you are interested in males, you may actually have a female in your life who's kind of interested in you in a romantic sense, flirting with you. So some of you may, and this comes up for my Cancers a lot, the metaphor of coming out of your crab shell, right? Taking a risk, ending an old cycle and going into a new. Some of you may actually come out with your sexuality for the first time, or I hate to use the word dabble, but essentially you may follow your instincts that maybe I am interested in this type of person or something like that. Following your intuition, High Priestess, leads to beautiful results, I think, that exceed your expectations, Cancer. That feels amazing. And you have a lot of people showing up. So Leo, Cancer, Capricorn, Libra, Taurus are the ones that really want to be seen. And Queen of Wands could always be someone who does have strong fire in their chart. Aries, Leo, Sag, especially someone who is very creative, very spiritual, very passionate, very flashy. When they enter a room, your eye sort of goes to them. Even a Scorpio, I would say. So Cancer, this looks good. This looks really good. Just if the whole third party scenario thing did resonate with you, I would avoid that. I think that's your shadow side creeping up, and Spirit is like, nope, we're not going to do that. Cancer deserves more. Even if you have been the instigator, Cancer, right? I don't condone that, but I'm also not here to reprimand you, right? That's not my job. I'm here to help you. So if in the past you've been the side piece or the secret woman, I think Spirit is saying, come on, Cancer. We can do better than that. Time to move on, right? If someone is already in a commitment and you're kind of flirting on the edges of that, I think your best bet would to be move on. Otherwise, you're setting yourself up for a lot of heavy karmic lessons there, okay? All right, Cancer, that's what I got for you. I'm going to ask the same I did for all my other signs, especially because you got a kick-ass reading. I'm struggling. Help me. My channel has just stagnated. It hasn't grown in like the last 4 months, which is crazy because I do weekly readings. So I come from it from a place of humility. I would ask if you could like and subscribe, if you could share this video, if you could leave a comment. Any of that would help my analytics. If you have been a loyal follower and have yet to subscribe, I ask if you could just please sign into your YouTube account. It's free, right? You just do it with your email address. Subscribe to my channel. That would help me so much, Cancer. I would be forever grateful to you. And you guys know I love my water signs, right? Water signs are low-key my favorite, but you didn't hear me say that. Anyway, thanks for joining me here today, guys. Please like, share, subscribe. I will see you next Monday for more tarot readings. Bye. Welcome to the Intuitive Teacup, my friends. These tarot readings are meant to motivate, empower, and inspire you. Please keep an open heart and an open mind as you watch these general readings, as some material will resonate and some might not. Do have faith it is serving someone out there, and take away only what resonates for you. Please release the rest. Feel free to book a personal reading with me if you would like something catered specifically to your inquiries and energy. That information is down below for you. You are responsible for all actions and decisions and the vibe that you bring to this channel. This is optional advice or guidance, and of course, you will always have free will. Check the box below for my social media links, the decks I use, and more information on this channel. Let's hop into your tarot reading.